Right guys, hopefully this is the last building for Swade's Pond. It's actually travelled a long way. This has come from Australia. We don't need to see that. And it's a little white box. And it's Tony's site office. So, further ado, let's look into it. Should be a very simple kit. So let's have a look at the parts. Obviously it's a little lazy wood kit. Oh, even got a little bit of glaze in there as well. Put that on there. Right, before I do anything, I'm just going to give it a quick wipe. Just a little damp cloth in case there's any laser burn. So I'm just going to give it a quick wipe. Quickly put a fresh blade in. Whenever I start anything new, I always like to have a fresh blade. So I'll get rid of that. Right, what do we need to do? Cut and remove all the wall sections. Front rear size marks A and B. So that's the rear, that's the front, they're the sides. Not sure what that is. It's dropped out anyway. So we'll put that over here for now. Deal with that in a minute. Right, so front rear size marks A, B. Glue the fronts to side A, rear to side B. Right. Let's have a look then. Right, this seems to have set now, so I'm just going to gently take the tape off, like that. There we go. Right, next stage. Basically, I think we've got to put some barge boards on. Right, so we're going to take this off now. This should have set. Like that. So that fits in there. Right, so we're going to let that dry a little bit, and then we're going to put that top layer on top of it. Bit of luck, this bit of roof, that should sit inside it. So we'll see how we go with that. So we'll just let this dry, we'll come back. Right, we'll go and glue this last bit on now. Show you what we've got so far, guys. So as you can see, roof is on now. It's got a little bit more work to do to it, but we're nearly there. So we're just going to let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll put the little pieces on then. So we'll come back in a minute. Right then, so we're back to the bench now. I've been looking at this, and what I'm going to make is a little base for it. And looking at the design of it, I fancy putting a few walls in there. So I'm going to make a base, have a look, see what walls we can make for it before I respray it. And then I've got a good idea what colours I'm spraying it in. Okay, so we're going to crack on with that now. Right guys, what I've done with this is I've spray painted it black inside to help with a little bit of light bleed, because I intend to put some bulbs in there. Then gone over it with some white primer, so that should be okay to paint on, and I've basically just given the outsides a little bit of white primer. So we're going to give that a paint up next. On this flooring, what I've literally done is got something a decent width, drew some lines on it like that, and I'm just going to simply colour in some boxes. So that one will go black, that'll go black, that'll go black, and I'm just going to do the whole floor in checkers, so that actually when that is actually on the base, like so, if you can actually see any of the floor through the building, you'll just see some black checkers. So that should actually look okay when it's done. Right guys, so here we go. That's what I've done. Painted the building. don't know if you can actually tell at the minute, but I've actually checked the floor as well, so when it's actually lit up and it's on the board, you should be able to see a little bit of detail. All I've got left to do now is probably put some lockers in the room, maybe a desk. We'll put a desk in that room as well. So next time you see this, it'll actually be on the layout, hopefully lit up and ready to go. All I've done for the top, just a normal grey roof. What have I used for the grey? Just used a bit of game colour Stonewall grey. Once that's dry, wet my roof down. Just use a bit of Noon oil. There's a little bit of Agros Earth Shade there as well for just a touch of brown. And to bring the green into it, I use some Aphelion Camo Shade. These are all Citadel washes. But as you can see, it sort of tones the roof down a little bit. When it's on the layout, it just looks fine. So that's as far as I've got now. Walls are all in, all painted on the inside. That is now just waiting for a bit of lighting, and that'll go on the layout once we get to the lighting stage. Right then, little update on my little building. As you can see, the roof is weathered, it's got a few tinges in there, and I felt the blue was just a bit too vivid. So I've actually gone round and with a bit of white, very thin down, I've just sort of toned all the edges down a little bit, made it a little bit more rough and ready, as you can see. Got my floor in there, that just flips over the top, and we've got one of these. Whoops, dropping it now. One of the Knox sexy scenes. This is, so I got a little desk there which will probably go into the main room, and you can see what they're doing, guys, can't you? Well, I like to have a little naughty scene somewhere on my layout, cause a little bit of giggle. It's going to be well hidden away at the back, so you're really going to have to look for it. So to be honest, guys, unless you're looking for it, you won't know it's there. Obviously you do, but anybody else, they'll have to search for that. So I've got a little naughty scene going on, so I just thought I'd bring you up to an update there. I've still got a lot of interior to do and everything, but that's going to come in a later video. Once I start concentrating on the lighting, I'll then look at all the furniture that I'm going to use on the inside, and we'll take it from there. So that'll come in a further update, guys. So there you go, that's my site office for the time being.